Hey, it's Rightplan here from Novagamer. We're back with the mighty quest for epic loot, Castle Defense 6. Oh, that's right, we're up to 6. We are also going to tell you some changes on the patch that just came out. So I don't know if you guys have heard, but there is a whole whack of new changes to this game. Not a crazy amount, but we'll quickly go over those, and then I'll describe the castle as always. But first, let's start off like we always did, do the quick shoutouts. I didn't really have anything by our usuals, but we do have quite a few people that are new. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of comments here. Potion didn't work, but right here, I had no idea you streamed. Blah 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 blah. But there you have it. So, a fellow Canadian, good to see you there, the judge. I have attacked your castle a couple times. You have quite a nice one. But thanks again for seeing our videos. Pass on the good word if you like them. We got a thanks. This guy really made it to the end and died at the very end, so I actually kind of feel bad for him. Nice. Respect the nice castle. Castle makes fun. Interesting castle. So as you can see, thanks for all the comments, guys. We'll keep doing shoutouts at the beginning for anybody that makes comments, so feel free every time you run our castle to make a comment on what you think of it and stuff like that. It's nice to hear some feedback for not just myself, but for the viewers out there, so that you guys can see what people think of these castles. Downside is you'll see there is a hell of a lot of losses on this castle. I did make some changes to it right here yesterday, so this 26 is from yesterday to now. I made my final change here. We did kill one person, and we got 26, and then we lost a bunch, so it came out to a -1 loss at the end of the night. So it's still not great, but the good news is I will still show you this castle. It is still, as you saw what people were writing, it's still a very interesting castle. I put a new spin on it, and really there's a lot of room for improvement that you guys can do on your own. So it's kind of a good layout, and then from there you guys can kind of make your tweaks to it the way you want, because I think it's a really great layout. It just needs a little bit of work, but I want to go a completely different way with that castle now, so that's why I made this video, so you can see this castle before I go a completely different way. And as always, if you're watching, feel free to run the castles again, because I'm constantly changing them as people know when they try to fight them. So first, we'll go into the changes. I'll get into the big change in a minute. Some of the minor changes, as you can see, my guys kind of got this glow on them now. If you go to the place where you purchase things, which I believe is the Custodium. Don't look at the castle till I talk about it. Okay. If you go to the Custodium, you'll see that... or Emporium, sorry, not Custodium. I don't know where I got that from. Oh, from Cornelius, Emporium, Custodium, and whatever. They didn't give us any new castle themes. I was kind of hoping they would, but we didn't. I have finally saved up enough gems that I purchased the Frost theme, as you can see, and that's what I'm using. And I have also purchased a new costume. I got this icy crown one, so if you guys want to see what it looks like this. So that gives you like an icy crown and icy wings. There's a fire one. There's a fiery just the wings, and icy just the wings, no crown. So those are the new add-ons they put on there. They do look kind of cool. And the good thing is you only get to purchase it once, and it pretty much stays in your character. It doesn't wear off. Now, unfortunately, if I switch to the other characters, you can see here that it is not something that all your characters wear. If I want a certain one to wear it for each fight, you'd have to actually physically take it off, put it in your inventory, switch to the other character class, and then put it on him. If you're that desperate to wear it on every guy you run with. Our mage is coming along. He's up to level 20. I've been having a lot of high-level people attack my castle recently, so I haven't really had those low levels that aren't worth running on my big guy. So, yeah. There's a couple other minor changes that kind of changed the game completely. I'll explain why I went with the castle in a completely different way once I explain that one, but I'll show you the thing that people have been desperately wanting to see. So I've had quite a few comments on this through our Facebook and through, which is Novagamer on Facebook, and through our Novagamercrew on YouTube and our Google Plus channel. We had a bunch of people commenting to us and emailing us that they wanted to know about this crafting and reforging. So I'll give you guys a quick little breakdown of this. I got enough gold that I can do some demonstration for you. As you can see, I saved up enough life force that I'm going to build quite the castle. So get ready for the next video. I'm going to try to pump that video out pretty quick, so it's only going to give it probably about less than a day to a day of actual fighting. So I'll be removing that shield quite a bit so I get a lot of attacks. But if you go to craft, what you'll see is there is a magic, exceptional, legendary, and epic. The way this works is if you have a lot of gray items, so gray quality items, which are the common items, you click on magic and you'll have nothing but your gray items light up here. So as you can see, I have none, so none light up. You need 6 of them to make one magic quality item. So, I mean, it's kind of worth it, kind of not. I'll explain what I've been doing right after this, but I'll just go through each of them here. So you need 6 to make a magic item. Once you make the magic item, which is the green items, for those of you who don't know, you can then, that'll turn it into an exceptional item. You'll get a random exceptional item, which you can change if you don't like it, which I'll explain that in a sec. But once you get 5 magic items, you can make one exceptional item. The price does go up for every one that you have. I meant to write down every single cost, but I didn't. But I'll show you here that the reason why I didn't is because there's only 2 that I really care about, and I'll show you here. One's legendary. You need 4 of the exceptionals to make 1 legendary. Now, when you go to craft this is something like around 42 or 40 something thousand gold just to craft it once. Seems kind of a rip-off, but at the same time it is giving a purpose back to the gold in the game because people stopped using it and stopped caring about it, because once your castle was maxed out there was no need for it except for potions and buying your lower level guys gears out of the blacksmith. So it kind of made it pointless in the long run, and people just had, I know myself, I had tons and tons of gold and I didn't care if people took it. So you need 4 of the exceptionals, make 1 legendary like I said, and then finally the one that I'm going to show you guys right now is the epic. So with the epic, one thing you want to know is if you're level 30, now if you're below level 30, obviously go for your level, but if you're level 30, you want to make sure that when you look at the items, like for instance, see this is level 29 archer, I do not want to use that to craft an epic item, and the reason why is the epic item takes on all the properties. Well, it puts random enchants on it, but it takes on the properties such as the level of the item as the items that you're putting in there. Now, if I put in 129 item and 2 30s, there's a high chance I'll get a level 30 item, but there is still that slight chance you could get a level 29 item. So if you want to have a level 30 item almost every single time guaranteed, make sure you only put level 30 items in. So you can see I save up all my legendaries that I don't need, and I pretty much just put them in here. So definitely not need this mage one for a while. These are all the archer ones. I still like this one. I'm still considering if I want to get rid of that or not. I'm kind of getting 19 critical damage and 38 damage per second at the loss of 10 crit chance. So I don't know. So what I'll do is I know for a fact I don't want these 2 gloves. So I will put those 2 gloves in. Actually, what's this? Yeah, I definitely don't want that. So I'll put this in here. So once you have all 3 in, it'll light up. 70,000 to make an epic. So all you do is click craft, and it will count down like so. And holla! There we go. Oh my god, that is actually beautiful. That is beautiful. Oh my god. So anyways, that's being equipped right away. So as you can see, it is adding a lot of extra fun to the game. Does take a lot of gold though. So 70,000 is quite a bit, but as you can see, I didn't have to go farming castles forever to get this weapon. And this is going to increase my damage, give me 10% snare chance, 17 critical damage, increase attack speed, piercing shot. Like this is this is the weapon. There you go. So all you do is you put that in. So now if you don't have enough legendary items, obviously, if you don't have enough of the exceptional items, obviously you can come in here and you can buy them, and then you can make it up, and you can make it quicker. Now the thing that I'll show you one other thing. This is the other thing I wanted to show you. So let's say a runaway. I do not have a runaway, but I have a level 30 epic item. Okay, well, go to Reforge. So it actually will put in brackets how many you can reforge, so it kind of gives you an idea. I definitely want to reforge this. Now this, as you can see, it used to actually be better than until I got this weapon. Now it's not as impressive, so I'll probably end up selling that or reforging it. That's what you got to really ask yourself: is it worth it to reforge it, or is it worth it to sell it? But this here is definitely worth it to reforge it because I have a high chance of getting another legendary item. This will not, and I have checked this out. If you put a legendary item or an epic item or whatever you put into the Reforge, it'll make that same quality item. So you don't have to worry about putting an epic item in there and getting a legendary item back. So, but there is a high chance that I could get another runaway item, I could get a knight, I could get a mage, or I could get an archer. So you're not always going to get the one that you're looking for. And we got a me. Oh, no, we got mine. And holy crap. It's another one that's going to increase everything of mine. Oh my god, look at it. There is no negatives to this. Everything's increased. That is just... And I could not ask for two better. So there you have it. And I'll sell that and I'll explain that in a sec here. So that is how the reforge and the crafting works. And as you saw just from this video and saving up the gold, I just made 2 epic items that are, well, for lack of a better word, epic. So there we have it. I'll go over this really quickly with you, and then we'll go over the castle, because I don't want to get too much into this, because I want to explain to you why I changed the castle so drastically compared to the last videos if you watch them. But I'll go here just to explain to you. As you can see, I've got nothing but legendary and epic items in my bag. I don't have the gray items, I don't have the green, and I don't have the legendary. Why do I keep forgetting the damn name? Exceptional. There we go. The reason why it's, in my mind, not worth it. Because the amount of time it takes you to gather up your legendary or your epic items that you want to reforge or craft, you normally have enough gold saved up by then to create a legendary to an epic or to reforge an epic. So you don't really, if you have a lot of grays and greens and stuff, and it sounds like it's a better idea to like make them into the next level up, but it's at a cost of a lot of gold, and you'll be literally farming gold like crazy trying to pay this all off. And as you can see, if you watch my last videos and then compare my gear then to my gear now, it is quickly paying off. So I mean, this is only like probably 2 days since the patch, and I'm almost completely epiced out. So it's going quite well for me. So hope all the rest of you are having just as good luck. So that's my advice to you. Keep your legendaries, keep your epics to reforge and to turn your legendaries into epics. Sell everything else and use that gold towards your reforging and your crafting. So yeah, that's my advice. So now we will get into what everybody's come to this video for, the castle. Now, before I show you the castle, which is down here, I'm going to explain to you why the change has been made. What's something that every castle seemed to be doing a lot of, and a lot of my videos seem to be doing a lot of, is fire mines. Fire mines, fire mines, fire mines. People loved fire mines, and the reason why is because, and I can understand why they did this, but at the same time, it has officially rendered fire mines useless. And people can argue, but I'm telling you, they're useless now. Reason being is fire mine used to take up almost double the area of effect that the corrosion mines and the glue mines did. So you were when a fire mine went out, like blew up, if you put them close enough together, 5 fire mines would hit somebody at the same time. So that you're getting hit by 5 at once or more if you set them up right. Now, that kind of made them overpowered, and they did kill people in one explosion. They did set up some pretty fun traps, but they did make the game so that everybody was literally making nothing but fire mine castles, which kind of made creatures almost useless. Not useless, but almost. Then you had to worry about putting up the right creatures. So what they did is they now made it so that fire mines have the same area effect as corrosion mines. This means that now when you fall into a big huge pile of fire mines, you don't die right away. And I've tested this Yes, I have actually tested it, and I've actually jumped right into the dead center of somebody's trap and purposely did not run out and only used my heal potion just to see if I could live through it. And I lived through it before I hit my heal potion. So, I mean, it's good that they reduced the damage of them. Reduced the area of effect, but I feel like they should have increased the damage a little more. I'm not asking for them to be a one-hit kill, but I am asking that they do a little more damage so that when somebody walks out of them, they're like, holy crap, I shouldn't have just stood in them and took the damage. I mean, they they don't do much anymore now. Because when you look at it here, I mean, they're only doing 1,000 magical damage. If you look at my health, and I'm full out damage. Like, if people have seen me run your castles, I am just pure damage. I only got 3,472 health, because if you look at my damage, I'm doing 700 damage per second. I do have a low crit chance. I used to have a high, but that's because I'm deciding if I want to keep this or not. That gives me that extra 10%. But if I do that, then it's at a loss of my crit damage increased and my 20 damage per second and extra snare chance. And with a volley, snare chance is nice. I don't know. I'm kind of tossing in the air. I'm switching them back and forth, and trying to figure it out. But as you can see, losing 242 health isn't an issue to me because I just dodge damage. And as an archer, 90% of the time you're just dodging damage and then throwing some volleys out. But you can see my critical damage is high. I have a high increased attack speed. Like, you can see that and my snare is getting up there now because I started working towards snare more. But you can see it's definitely, I'm a killing machine. And then with this weapon, it's just going to be awesome. Anyways. So that's why I changed the castle to this. Oh no, you're saying spike traps. Oh, yeah, but this is the new idea. Now, I have changed this like 3 or 4 times, so people might have seen my castle before I did this many changes to it. I like this castle. I like it a lot. It was fun to make. It's fun to run. I will do a run because I have gotten requests in our previous videos to start running my castles after I show them. So I will do that. Here's the negatives to this castle before I show you the positives and get into it. One of the negatives is me as an archer, not a knight, not a mage with a high sprint or dash or whatever. As a knight, as an archer, I am able to actually make it all the way through here, collect all my mines, get out here, and volley everything to death in the throne room. So it's possible that somebody can just grab everything and run it out and beat it in my time. So, I mean, that's one negative. The other negative is, as always, the entrance, because they still have not done anything with the damn drawbridge, as we said in the previous video, and a lot of people have been helping me out with comments on that, which is great. And people have even offered different ideas, like, let's make a trap wall you can put up that will make the wall pop up and make it so that people can't get through it, but you still have to purchase the wall to put in your castle and use resources to put a wall in there. I think that's a great idea. But we'll see. I mean, they just did one big change on this patch, so who knows what the next patch will be. But just so I'm not jabbing around too much here, that's the other issue, is I have seen the odd person, not everyone, come up and grab all these monsters and then run back to the beginning. But by the time you get to here with all the monsters, there's no monsters past here. So, I mean, it's almost the same distance to run into the throne room as it is to run all the way back to the beginning. But now you're running all the way back through again. So it seems like if you ever see somebody try to do my layout on this castle, hint, hint, run to the throne room. Don't run to the beginning. Unless you're really, really good at dodging stuff and you don't care. So, here's what I did with this castle. So, as you're coming in the beginning here, I have chosen nothing but straight layouts here. As always, I will give you the names of these, just because I think there's only one straight one you can get. But that's the Linear Hall 01. So, I got 3 Linear Halls 01 fully loaded. Now, it might seem like, oh, why didn't you do more? It is really hard to fill these up and make them so that they're as dangerous as I made them. So that's why I had to stop at 3 so I could finish this and get the ultimate amount of damage at the end. And then these 2 here are the exact same, which are simply, this one, the Cross Hall 06. So these are just 2 Cross Halls 06s and then your throne room. So you got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the entrance. So you got 6 and 7 for the entrance and the throne room. I did put another one in that I attached right here as kind of a time killer, but it seemed worthless because people were really, especially knights, were just going in there and they were using their heal attack skill so that they would just pull the last few monsters they didn't kill into here, heal themselves up, and then finish the thing. But the guy who said I made it to the end died right on this spike trap. This very last one. So it did really suck for him. He was at the end. But I put these two here. This kind of makes it so it's harder for them to pull these without getting hit by these and drag them to the beginning. It also kind of scares some people and forces them to want to keep going forward and not keep dragging back because they don't want to get mixed up in this. So I found since I put these up, it has been beneficial. So I might start doing that in quite a few castles. We'll have to see when I build my next one and if it continues to work as well. Basically, as you can see here, I got spike trap, spike trap, spike trap, spike trap, like this. I'm going to stop at each section here briefly, just so you guys can see the layout. You can pause the video once again at anywhere along this, and you can see how my layout is, so you can put them down just the right way, so you can put these down for optimum placement. Now, this one is very customizable. You can move these a bit if you want. You can put different traps in if you want, but I've tried... I had this whole thing with no spike traps, and I had the hamster wheels, I had more of the corrosion mines, I had springboard traps and all this craziness going on beforehand. But the problem is that those use so much resources. I didn't have this at all, and I only had barely 3, and so it was like if they made it through the total craziness, they were free. So and I didn't get as many minions in, so that's why I did it this way. So you guys can change it if you want to, but I'm just letting you know, if you try to go more crazy than this, you're going to basically be losing rooms or losing creatures. So this one, you're not trying to kill them with traps, you're trying to kill them with creatures. The traps just make it difficult for them to fight the creatures. This is where I'm saying it's more customizable. So there's that piece here, there's that piece here, so you can see how that attaches on. I put this in, so it makes it hard for them to fight all this stuff in a group. There's the third one, so you can pause there if you need to. There's the fourth one. And there's the fifth one. So, basically, the thing that's customizable about this is the creatures are the most customizable. Now, you can take this out and put in some cannon traps if you want to. You can take these corrosion mines out and put fire mines in, or glue mines if you really want to. But I find corrosion mines now are the thing, because they increase the damage dealt to somebody, and really it seems like this game's turning into more of a creature killing you game than a trap killing you game, which is kind of how the game should have been done. I don't think that a fire mine castle is all that fun, and as you can see by the comments, since I started doing mostly creatures and a lot of dodging, people are enjoying it. And it's not so much winning and losing all the time. Sometimes it's just making a castle that's enjoyable for people to play, which I'm happy that people are enjoying it. But these are the creatures that I've used. Now, you can put any creatures, and you can see the spaces, and if you go back where you could pause it, if you go look at all these spaces I put in, you can put any creatures you want in here. You want to kind of give it room, so these creatures that use up large spaces, you can put 2 in. But one thing you definitely want to do, for those who are not used to putting down creatures because they do a lot of fire traps and everything, is these guys are awesome for close quarters because they put down the fire line. These guys are awesome because they knock you back and poison you. And you definitely want a couple of the bone puppeteers for healing. You definitely want a dampener, and you definitely want a defendotron. The reason why is a defendotron will make your minions last longer. The longer they stay alive, the more damage they do, and the higher chance they have of killing. Same thing for the healers. You want to make it so they can heal them, and you want to dampen them so that they can't use their big, huge skills and kill all your minions really fast. So that's why you'll see as you go down, I have Defendotrons, Dampeners, and Bone Puppeteers almost all the way down. So, I mean, if you feel that I have too many Dampeners, you can take one out and put another Defendotron in there, sorry. You can take out some of these Corrosion Mines and a Dampener, that'll give you 5, and then you can put another 5-level minion in here. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff you can do to change this all around. That's why I like this castle. Very customizable. You put down the minions that you like to use. Put a couple of springboard traps in there if you want to set up some kind of minion trap where they fall down in and they get hit with another huge bone knight that's going to slam them down. I mean, or put in a couple more Zeeks. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you can do. So that's why I like this. It's The layout is a really good layout, and you can see I got this little sneak trap in here for them when they come and try to get this mine. Every little bit of damage you can add in here is great. Yeah, so this is pretty much the castle. It hasn't been doing that great, but that is because it is my first attempt at a full creature castle where I'm trying to get the creatures to kill the people, not the traps. And as you can see by our previous videos, there was a lot of traps, and yes, they were pretty awesome traps, and they worked really, really well. But I'm pretty much going to try to mix. If you go back and look at our other videos, you'll see or you can wait until I bring out the next video. One of the castles I made, there was a room, which was... You guys are probably seeing it all the time now. I've ran like 4 castles in the last 2 days that had the same thing that I started doing. I don't know if they watched the videos or if they just came up with it on their own too. But you use this cross-chamber O2, and... I'm not going to do that. Actually, yeah, you know what? No, because then I got to... Oh, no, I can still run my castle. Just a second here. Go down. Cross-chamber O2. You know what? I'll just put it right here. So, the way this worked is there's going to be your power supply here, power supply here, power supply here, power supply here, and then you've got hamster wheels going this way, and then a couple here, and then minions in these 2 sections, and then 2 mines. The 2 mines is to make people have to stay in here to kill the 2 mines, and the minions kill them while you have a bunch of cannons in there that are helping attack them. It's a really good trap. I'm probably going to add that to the new design because it seems like hamster wheels, spike traps, and creatures and corrosion mines are pretty much going to be the best way to go to kill people now. So for those of you that have fire mines in your castles, you might want to change it because I haven't been killed by a fire mine at all since they've made this change. So I really would not even think about putting fire mines in my castle anymore unless you can come up with some crazy trap nobody's ever thought of before. But fire mines have been done pretty much to death, so it's pretty hard to figure out one. But let's give this castle a run. You can see it in action here. You can also test out my new weapon.
Let's go to work.
So I'll run this 2 ways. First, I'll show you that this can be done just by running all the way through.
I can't take much more of this.
So you don't want to use any more than 2 heal potions through this phase. Just dodge the corrosion mines.
This? It's only a scrap.
And we're almost there. Man, I really think I need my crit strike back. I might have to put those gloves back on until I get a better pair of epics.
Gotta step out of the line of fire.
For those of you who don't know, when you're running through these like this, you want to save the heal potions for when you have like 1 hit left on the spike trap. As long as there's no creatures around you, of course. Just a waste, other words.
Attaboy. Is that all you've got?
Killing, killing, killing the monsters, yeah. So for those of you who don't use an archer that often, you really want to, as an archer, go around and... Now I'm talking, I'm paying attention. And you want to kill the Defendotrons, the healers, and dampeners as much as you can, because they'll make you, or volleys, pretty much slaughter everything else. There, once those are all dead, you just volley, and watch everything drop dead.
That'll do the trick.
And there you have it. Oh, there's a dampener left somewhere. Where is he? So, 1 minion didn't, as you can see up there, 35 out of 36. I really don't care because we're not... You know what?
No.
I'm not going to validate this so that we can have all the minions there for next time. But there you have it. That is
Thanks for
the
the
castle.
boost.
Did get all the mines and killed all but one, but somebody could have easily just done that. So that's one negative side of this. Okay, apparently you can't leave the castle if you've almost finished validating it. So that's one way. Now that's what makes the castle really easy. Now, of course, not everybody's going to be like, hey, I'm just going to run all the way through the castle, pull everything, get to the end because I know there's an empty throne room, and then kill it all there. So this is the way that a lot of other people will run it. This is more difficult. This is where I might actually die because the game. I've been slowly adjusting the creatures. So as you can see, those things do make it difficult to do a volley at the start there. I mean, it's not impossible, obviously. Alright. Once again, kill the dampeners and the healers and the Defendertrons before you kill anything else. Just makes it way easier. Unless they're just sitting there like that. Die, Zeke.
You're okay in my books.
So, as you can see, this castle does have the potential to do a lot of damage. It is really a pure creature castle, so... you really need to... and not everybody's going to fight the way I am. I mean, not everybody goes after the Defendertrons and the healers and all that stuff. A lot of people will sit there, and I've seen them, like, attack the same monster a billion times, wondering why it's not dying. It's because they're not killing its healer. A couple people saw me play as an archer and wondered why I don't use the double avoid skills like some archers do. They have the flip and the roll, and they wonder why I don't do that. And this is a prime example. I can kill stuff pretty good without it. This could be a little better at dodging, but you can kill minions really fast. And there you have it. The rest is pretty much like, I mean, you could easily go take your time through this. But when you got 2 heal potions left, there's no real point, but you can just do this. So for those who didn't know, that's the order, that's the pattern to get past those. It takes a lot longer. But as you see, I still got 1 potion left, only just above half health. Like, this castle is good, but it needs a lot of work still. But I'm going to go a completely different way because I feel this isn't enough. I am huge on going big or going home, so I'm going to wipe this whole thing out and start a brand new one that's going to be completely different. So be sure to check that one out when I do this. I do think that this is an amazing castle. It does have a lot of potential. Put your creativity into it. You might be able to come up with some great ideas that aren't in here. Maybe you're thinking that there's a better combination of monsters to put in here, but I think that to prevent people from wanting to run back to the beginning and to prevent people from wanting to run to the end, this is a great castle for that. I literally have only had this castle up for like 3 days. I've been tinkering with the creatures, and for one of those days, it was a completely different layout. So it still needs a lot of tinkering, but really the layout is great. I feel free to use this layout and change this end piece if you want, but you could also change this part, put different creatures in. It's up to you. I thought this was a great castle to show you guys that you can really put your creativity into it, and it gives you a great layout for an idea to start with. We've gone over the changes. Let us know what you think about this new crafting down below. I think it's an amazing idea. I really am glad that they made that change. It really gives us a purpose behind the gold again, because I felt like I was skipping castles that had tons of gold and no life force. I was like, I don't care. I'm not going to attack it. I don't care about gold. But it's actually quite good now, so I'm really liking it. It's giving me a reason to want to fight castles with lots of gold and lots of life force, because I'm constantly changing my castle. So as you can see, I like gathering life force. So here you go. So let us know what you think of this castle in the comments below. I know that it's not the most amazing castle in the world, but I do think it has a lot of potential, and it does just need some tinkering. So have at her. Subscribe above to see our next video when it comes out. I'm going to do a completely different castle. It's going to be amazing. We didn't get our podcast done last week like we wanted to, but we're trying our best to see if we can get it done within the next week. We had a couple other changes come up with games and stuff like that we were doing. We didn't have time, and we also had this new patch that I had to start looking into, but we'll definitely try to get another podcast out for you guys. And Shroud of the Avatar is coming back out with a new pre-release. I think it's at the end of the month. So we're going to have some more videos on that when that comes out. But until then, check out this one and check out the next video that I'm going to make. Probably get it in 2 or 3 days for you. So is there anything else you guys want to see from any other games from us here at Novagamer, or anything you want to see us add to the site or anything? Any good ideas that you might have for us? We love hearing from you, so leave a comment below. You can contact us at all of our things. Once again, at Novagamer on Facebook, Novagamercrew on YouTube and Google. And you can also check us out at novagamer.net. We try to update the website every now and then with any big news that's coming out, or any new videos once in a while we'll put up there too, but you can check out our YouTube channel for that. But that's it for now, and as always, happy gaming.